It's so beautiful.
So that's really,
Yeah. There's intensity there, in certain matches.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Think we need to do. From the public wish to speak.
Yes, not.
All right, for public comments, go on to regular minutes from 1/12/26.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Then moved and seconded to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bid.
Right.
Yeah, we've been brush cutting last week. Been stocked on rock at Fair and Chelsea. Yeah, earlier last week, there were a few spots, right now it's, negative degrees, but, last week it was a little sloppy on trail, so, I had some in spots that needed it. On Friday, we had our, first supply of snow, and then here Monday, we were out, it was out this weekend, thought about it, but we ended up the way it was on Monday, so. And then, I'm pretty sure you all got my letter, so I'll be working on a memo of what projects maybe are outstanding or whatnot. And then kind of go from there. I think just three main things, I know before I head out, would be, I guess, the county budget, the DOT did, county 5-year program. Be the three things to kind of make sure those are all wrapped up before, end of the February 16th. So, yeah. These, I guess, totally different thing, but, the smoke test, I have not, that was done on Monday, when we were all, I guess, the office was gone. I haven't heard from partners, but on the sounds like it's inconclusive of what was going on there. So I will, once I know, I guess, official word from partners, I'll let you guys know on that. That's, yeah, for.
Question for you, Ben. Do
Yeah.
you know when the Highway 63 resurfacing project's gonna happen, where they're gonna tear it all out? And it's supposed to be this spring, but I haven't heard. I didn't know if you had. I know
We
it's not-
have a late start date for that, but I don't know exactly.
Okay.
when
Okay,
It's gonna start.
all right.
Just
Keep us
I could
updated if
maybe-
you hear anything, or if you want to poke them and see, just because that's gonna.
yeah, I'll try to loop you guys in, maybe whenever they have a pre-con, I'll try to have you guys looped in. I'm assuming, before I leave, there won't be somebody right in, so I'll try to make sure they're communicating with you guys.
Okay, that'd be
on
great.
that.
Thank you.
The roundabout, they talked to the city, wait on that one.
Yeah, okay. I think that was around this, I can both make sure those, I don't know if they've had a pre-construction meeting, right? But, yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, he's got a utility permit.
Oh, yeah, got a utility permit, I guess, I forgot about that. Yep, just got, on F Avenue there, just crossing over, service to a customer, so.
Is that a new build or
It's existing, it's like an existing, maybe.
is it power or is it, people who going off like water? Oh, it's water?
Okay, yeah.
I'll second. So it's for our IRUK. Second. Okay, we'll move to second to approve the utility permit. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All righty, next. Right, we received a resignation letter from Ben. And you pursue other employment. So we just I need to put this on here to accept the letter of resignation. What was your last day, Ben?
It was the 16th, but I was planning, on using I guess a vacation day there since figured coming on a Monday. It's probably would be too much to talk about. I can, I guess, come, but I figured just with the way giving you guys 30 days.
So the 15th would be your actual last day
Yeah.
here.
Well, physically it would be the 13th.
Oh, 13th,
Friday
okay.
the 13th.
Okay.
Why don't you pick Friday the 13th?
I live dangerously, I guess.
Smoke on the fire.
I'll make a motion to accept the county engineer's resignation.
Yeah, I'll second it. Then moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Best wishes, Ben, and thank you for last couple of years.
And you're going to Marshalltown, correct?
Yeah, let's say March.
Good luck. Thanks, man. Thank you for giving us the notice. We can start working and get, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Singing Red Hawk though, I hear.
Yep.
Cool.
Possible action on process to find some county engineer, see what you guys want to do moving forward. Want to post that right away? If they want to see about sharing or what want to do? I hope we probably post it. See what we can get.
I agree. I think it's good to post. I think we should probably figure out a share in between in case it takes a little bit of time, depending if the person has experience. So I don't know if we should just call around to surrounding counties, and I know, I haven't talked to them yet, but I know Grundy had one that retired here like a year ago, and then they have that might still be a little bit active, plus the new one, but I don't know, more fun as ideas or.
The one that retired had done ours for a while. I was just saying, didn't we use it?
I think he did a good job, but.
I know my dad, after he retired, he did some engineering work to see in Ohio. Basically, they could bring the blueprints, he validate those. That's an off, I think. It definitely gets somebody. We don't have anybody in the engineers department that is an engineer, right, other than that.
Correct.
What else is funny?
Very doubtful.
I already put out the others and they can post that now. Okay, well, I think we'll give it a listen. And then reach out, I guess, interim, and maybe we'll put this on the again. Let's see.
Get some details.
See what we've got. We need to vote on that, it's just a discussion issue. It's kind of just it's just a ministerial workshop. Make a motion for it. clarifications too. Discussion of possible action on conservation annual report.
It's good. Morning.
How you doing?
Good. You guys have copies of what I submitted by chance? Otherwise, I got copies too.
They should have
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to, per code 350, I owe you guys an annual report, just to kind of show off what we've been doing all year. So I kind of wanted to get that guys, that in front of you now that through January. So this is all 2025 year to year, so January to January. So a lot of this year was a bit of a restart, not only because of staff turnover, but just kind of redeveloping some of our pre-existing programs and just trying to improve on the facilities that are just a little bit outdated, programming that's a little bit outdated as well, and trying to catch up with some habitat enhancement. So the biggest thing that we pulled out of this year was strengthening relationships with schools and different organizations. We've had a great educational department in the past, but I think we've limited ourselves a little bit. So we're trying to expand into every realm that we can. And you'll see here later on in the report that we're really trying to just put ourselves out there. We've been finding, unfortunately, a lot of people still are just not aware that we do education, that we do recreational activities out there. So we've been getting into schools, showing up at different events, being part of a light display, literally just trying to put our face out in public. People to understand that we've got a ton to offer and a ton to show off. So, but we did focus a little bit on land and habitat management. We are a very small crew, as you guys know. Only had like a seasonal and a half this year. So getting some of that habitat work done was a little bit limited, but we still cleared a good 20 acres of invasive species out of some of our wildlife areas between all the other campground maintenance. A lot of that was invasive tree and shrub removal at Columbia Wildlife Area, which has kind of been historically taken over by honeysuckle and some nastier dogwood out there. So we're trying to open that up, make it a little more hunter friendly. I'm not going to read through all of these, but we did mow and reclaim a bunch of invasive brush at the park in these wildlife areas with our skid steer apparatus. Added a lot of native plantings to replace turf grass and to help address rodent control issues in the park. Within the parks and facilities, we're doing a lot of updating there, including we're having a heck of a time with people getting lost in our parks. So we just didn't even have signage. So we've added road signage to our park with a little bit of aesthetic appeal to it. And that's in some of the pictures you guys have attached there. Updated our dump station, did some fire repairs due to fire at our shower house from last year. But constructed some new sidewalk and new handicap parking for the future nature center access. Completed the front door patio renovation and landscaping up there. We had a lot of craters from salt and shoveling over the years. A lot of people just get stuck in the sidewalk, especially those with any sort of handicap. So we took a chance to improve that, make it more ADA compliant, and reduce the amount of maintenance we got on it. It looks really good. So please come out and check it out. We also installed a new self-serve kayak and paddleboard dispenser out there, which people jumped on as soon as we installed it, which was pretty awesome. So if you're not aware, you could walk up to this machine with your phone, hit a QR code, and it'll pop open a locker. You can rent a paddleboard or a kayak for hours on it. Won't discharge your car. So don't need a camp host to monitor that. It's self-serve, self-return. We're having them rented out every weekend until the winter camp. Moving on, education outreach program. We've done a major revamp here. Started my very new naturalist in May, inventorying and organizing our entire basement to understand what we've got and what we need, which was a huge project. But in between all that, we still busted out a ton of programs, camps, even though we were trying to do this major restart, trying to branch out to other organizations. So hosted a bunch of hosted the outdoor classroom, which is an annual event. We started Mud Day as kind of a new thing, merged Fall Fest and our usual spring event into one big event, which went really well. We've been hosting Civil War Days over at TF Clark, which has been pretty fun. And we had multiple camps. Offered camps based on nature art, outdoor skills, shooting sports, hydrography, firecraft, camp cooking basics. Many of those things we've never offered before and had huge success on. Delivered programs throughout libraries, fairs, farmers markets, and community events. We've been trying to expand our nature center hours into more weekend and evening times to make it more accessible to the public. Historically been basically only open, everyone's at school and everyone's at work. So we're trying to push that up a little bit, make it worth having a nature center. Develop new map and compass and geocaching shooting sport programs that we're going to offer in the future and began free canoe rental weekends. Also a huge success on the weekends. Labor Day, we had every single boat in the water for 4 hours a day. So we're doing some good stuff. Biggest thing that I'm excited about is we have had virtually no school presence, no Meskwaki presence, and just a little bit out there with ISU Extension and Pilgrim Heights. We're starting to get a lot of momentum on building school programs so that we can literally become part of the curriculum over there and be a constant face in the classroom. Hopefully that brings more people out to see us too. The Nature Center itself, we've been reorganizing, like I said. We had about 22 rentals this year, which is still an uptick from when we were closed. That improved accessibility. We've got new sidewalk and handicap access down to the basement in hopes that someday in the future, we've got a full-blown nature center going on in the basement, like true exhibits rather than the event hall upstairs, if that makes sense. We've been opening the nature center to the public on those weekend days, like I said. We got updated animal enclosures and a library display. And we've been planning new audio and visual updates for the event center. We're getting a lot of complaints that it's a very echoey space and it's got some limitations for being able to share pictures. So we're trying to get some updates there, make it a little bit more clear. As far as partnerships and community engagement, we've been working with as many people as we possibly can. We have an awesome project that's going to be an ongoing recurrence with Drake University. Last year, we produced a bunch of new maps, signage, and we're going to do some more planning projects with them in the future. I've been working with school districts, various teachers, meeting with vice principals, superintendents, Squawky Nation educators, Blank Park Zoo Education Department, School of the Wild, our soil conservation districts, working with ISU Extension and the university itself, and a bunch of our neighborhood conservation districts to do a whole bunch of new programs. As far as staffing and governance, we have had a lot of new people show up. So we've got a new naturalist, a brand new ranger conservation tech, who's currently enrolled at the academy right now. Sounds like it's going well. And we've got two new conservation board members this year. And been getting along just great. So 3 things I wanted to kind of highlight, our main goals for the year, and kind of the progress that we've been making with those goals. One of those being reaching a broader and more diverse audience. Like I said, we were pretty limited in our programming initially. So we've been trying to expand in every realm we can, embedding staff in public events, building relationships with different educators and different organizations, and then ongoing development of educational programming that aligns with the actual Iowa Core and NGSS standards. We've also been trying to offer, a second goal is offering more evening and weekend opportunities for kids and families. We've been doing monthly weekend nature center openings, evening and campground based pop-up programs where our naturalist literally just goes out in the campground, walks around with a snake or a set of materials and says, what do you want to learn about? Those free canoe rentals and special events like Monday that I've mentioned before. And our third goal, big goal, was upgrades to the nature center, kind of just bring it up to par and modernize it a little bit. Well, with the Outer Creek facilities. So that was the inclusion of the new sidewalk, ADA improvements, new interior technology planning, as well as advanced capital product research for the future. So one big thing we've been looking at that seems to be a big popular demand is cabins. So we're doing a lot of due diligence and research to see if we can get that. So, yeah, that's it. So in reflection, a lot of last year was a lot of restart and revamping of our pre-existing pretty strong programs, trying to make them even stronger. And again, just trying to address the fact that we're just more and more finding that people just aren't aware of us like we really want to and try to uptake that exposure. So I think we've made huge strides and we were pretty excited about what's going to happen this year and years to come, specifically with the schools and some of those neighborhood organizations. So yeah, that's about it. But I wanted to give you guys a chance to ask me any questions too about the year or where we're going from here. But we're just happy to show off that we got quite a bit done with small staff that we got.
Yeah, not a question, just a comment that the sidewalk work needed done. I'm glad you attacked that and the pictures look awesome. Good, man, this looks great.
Appreciate that.
You have
Field trips, you have school field trips out there as much as,
We want to have more.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
big one is that outdoors day in May. And then we had a second one in the fall. But that's been about it. So that's why we're trying to get into the schools. If you guys want to help us spread the word that we're trying to get more out there, and we'll come to the schools too. We have so much.
back in the day, I know we went there,
I remember that too.
you know, from Dyson. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, it seems, and I don't know where that connection was lost in the past, but we're just really trying to rebuild that. We're reaching all the way up to start, all the way to Traer, every school district that we can, that serves our residents.
That's great.
Definitely looks better. I've been up and down those stairs 3 times lately.
Sure.
We still have ways to go, and I know you're working hard at it, so I appreciate it. I think maybe engaging Mike Davis. A little bit more, so for publicity's sake, so, I mean, obviously you have to pay some money sometimes, but maybe, I don't know, Mike, can he start like a column or something?
I would assume so, anyone can, write into the,
Right, yeah,
page 4 and stuff, yeah.
I mean, we need to get the word out, and maybe come back, maybe people.
Yeah, and we were plagued, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys heard, we got kicked out of our Facebook account. And had 1,000 followers.
Yes.
So now we got a whopping 130, I think, we built up to. So
Yeah,
I'll spread that word too, but that was a major source that people can actually get in contact with us.
Maybe have the sheriff put something up, because he's got like 30,000 people.
Sure.
yeah.
Is the lake 100% full or?
Yeah, that was another perk of this year. We filled up, we didn't think we were gonna be full until this coming spring.
Yeah.
And with all that rain, we filled up in July. And
Awesome.
over ever since.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's, I think what got people so excited for that kayak dispenser and everything else. We got the docks, everything's back in, lake's ready to go.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to focus on everything else that way.
No, I personally think you're doing a great job, man. Keep it up.
Keep up the good work, like David said, that, I mean, it's free to put it in the newspaper column, like to start a column, so. Like I said, I think a lot of people just don't know about it, like as a kid, I remember, events were at the nature center for like 4-H or for this or that, or, the field trips too. I think it's just awareness of, it's a really nice nature center. That playground's new and nice, I don't know how that beach area by it, there was kind of need some work, I think, when I was there here last year. But just to like make sure that's good, but I think getting kids there too in the summertime, even like, school teachers are off with kids. I think just like having, kind of like the library will do like an hour program, like just have a little like hour programs on one day during the weekday, like at 10 o'clock or I think things like that, if you broadcast it enough in the, newspaper, and I think you could get people from all areas of the county, that don't know about Otter Creek.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a huge benefit too.
Sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
but no, good work and keep it up.
Appreciate it. Yeah, come out and see us, and anytime you guys want to take a tour of the park or any of our wildlife areas too, happy to ride around. Yeah, good to see you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A couple times. Ice Extension runs a little newsletter and they'll feature us once in a while, but we've been a little shy in some of that big advertising just because there's some price tag, but the newspaper has been helping us out one way or another over the past couple of months. So yeah, we're looking for all of those. If you got any other publications that we should reach out to that are affordable.
Publication, but just I done with Marshalltown Chamber of Commerce for Economic Development. They have a tourism office within their,
Sure.
they might have somebody.
And our naturalist is on our Tama Chamber of Commerce. She gives those meetings out too, so we're trying to get involved all the way we can. Cool. You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the sheriff walked in because we talked about him. Oh, he did? Yeah. He needs to get on here. We started at 8:30.
Might be some miscommunication, I think, maybe, but we'll work on that.
Yeah, if you want to explain where that was, tell me.
I can start time of the meeting. Okay.
Supervisor meeting, not sheriff.
Oh, you've been working on that one, haven't you?
Nice delivery.
Thanks, Curtis.
Thanks, Curtis. All right, we'll need a motion to approve his report. So moved.
Second.
So moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Question of possible action to set date and time of drainage election canvas.
Yep, so the yearly drainage election is going to be held this coming Saturday. So if we could do the canvas, it'll take maybe probably 2 minutes. Next Monday morning at 8:15 is what I would suggest before your regular meeting.
Can't be here earlier.
A little bit.
I'll make that motion.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second possible action on auditor's quarterly report.
I don't really have much to say. It's pretty straightforward.
That's all you bring in.
Yes, we bring in, yes.
Grab like a couple.
Not very much.
This in front of.
We used to-
I'll make that motion to approve the auditor's quarterly report.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Full action on treasurer semi.
You'll have to call her and ask her. I can't remember the reasoning why she has a reason why it's off, but I don't know what it is. She's 322. If you want to call her.
With the three.
322.
Always been.
I think so.
Really be in the same question we asked last year. Couldn't remember the answer. Why is there an error on the calculated ending balance?
I'm in balance. We just have a difference between her ending balance and my ending.
Okay. We kind of figured that was the case. So basically it's waiting on something to pass through the system.
Right.
Okay. Anybody else have another question about that? Nope. Thank you, Amanda.
You bet.
Hi, bye-bye. That in mind, I make a motion that we accept the treasurer semi-annual
I'll second
Then moved in second to accept the report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Discussion possible action to approve, to move health fund Lincoln Savings Bank to WCF Financial of Toledo.
Yep, so the treasurer would like to do this down at Lincoln Savings Bank. She's getting fees on that account. When there's a lot of money in there, she doesn't feel like, and they're making more interest than what they shouldn't need to be charging us fees. So she talked to Kelly at WCF and he will not charge us fees if we move our money.
Do we get the same or better interest rate?
That's a question for her. I'm not sure.
Is it 50?
322. Is there? Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Ask questions about the resolution. So the question about moving the money to WDF, are we getting the same or greater interest rate by moving it there?
Out of our checking account, we should be paying nothing.
Agreed.
But he's always comparable, so he'll give us a matching interest rate.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
I may call back. We'll see. All right. I don't like the new phone system. Dial it up again just to try it out.
So, I mean, do we need that interest before we do it? I mean, I guess that's good if they usually match it, but what if they don't? Then we'll have to come back and.
I think she's very good at negotiating those things. If we're paying $45 a month, what's that for? A lot of money.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if it's 1% interest on,
Yeah.
you know, that's way more money.
Yeah, that's a big. But here's the way I look at these things. We keep the banks honest by putting money in different places and we move it when we have to make them understand we mean business when we say if we're gonna do business with you. We expect something. If she can't get them to waive a $45 fee, if you're $10 million of moving it, I have a pretty strong message to that. So
Can we just make it contingent that it's at least the same interest rate or lower?
that with a resolution, make a resolution.
Well, the resolution's down further. This one's, there's several line items. I don't know.
I don't,
Resolution is on this.
This is the set amount, so she can move none or she can move all.
Right.
Or
Yep.
some of that, so. I think this gives her the option, the bargaining option.
I'll make the motion that we move the health fund from Lincoln Savings Bank to WCF Financial Bank. Passes.
Again.
And I'll second that, assuming we're gonna make a correction on the resolution. Right to WCF.
I say I must have already made it because I see WCF on here.
Mine says WDF.
Yeah, but on here, I correct it.
Oh, one for the signature.
Oh, went all.
I seconded. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to move the health fund from Lincoln Savings to WCF Financial of Toledo. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. That's a resolution. Don't have to do a lot.
No resolution for this. That's for how much she posited.
That's another resolution. It's still list them as a bank. Okay.
There's three different items.
Aye.
Aye.
Already.
So with that account being moved to WCF now, if you could approve the treasurer, Amanda, myself, and her tax assistant to be signers on that account.
Second. The moved and seconded. And auditor, treasurer, and tax
Assistant.
assistant assigners for the health fund at WCF Financial Bank. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And then discussion of possible action on resolution 1/20/2026 A to deposit or change depository amounts from, looks like WCF 10 million and Lincoln Savings 2 million. Make that motion to approve resolution 1/20/2026 A.
I'll second it.
Then moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Hilmer,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Knibble,
Aye.
Dolan,
Aye.
Cook.
That resolution will pass. Next resolution. 1/20/2026 B, home base Iowa. Resolution. This is something that Heather and I have been working on for quite some time now. We're going to have a ceremony here next week. It's a program that encourages veterans to locate within Tama County. There's already a statewide initiative. But there was a resolution that was passed back in 2018.
Yes.
And nothing was ever done with it. It was handed over to our old economic development director, and the program was never developed. So what we're essentially saying through here, we're going to have a point of contact. People who are coming in, they look at the home-based Iowa website, look at what the different incentives of different counties, what they offer. People who are veterans and active military, reserve guard, all those. And have a point of contact. The initial point of contact will be our at Marshalltown, at the Chamber of Commerce, and then they'll funnel them through to either Veterans Affairs, front lines. Guys have agreed to show people around in the northern kind of part of the county, and then the southern part of the county. For now, Trevor Killian will serve as the point of contact for them as well. So, well, I'll ask within the budget. This is my proposal. That we're going to budget $7,500 for the program for this year. To include assistance one time within Tama County to buy a home. With the ceiling there being $2,500 or $1,250 in rental assistance and deposit assistance for people to relocate within the county. If we run out of that, we can always come back and that'd be a good problem. We're getting good. So you said $7,500, right? $7,500. So,
I'll make a motion, we accept resolution 1/20/26, 2026 B.
okay,
I'll second
that. And move. Okay, discussion?
I think it'll be good, and the ceremony is next week at 9:30, so it'll be after our meeting. The state's gonna come in as well with home-based Iowa, so, invite people, if you guys can help too, you know, with front lines or your different acquaintances, any legions or anybody that's out there. Yeah, it's gonna be a signing ceremony and it'll be good. Governor Reynolds signs off on it, so she's already done that. Probably, I haven't heard that she's coming, so I'm assuming she's not coming, but some other state individuals will, so with home-based Iowa, so.
Question, is that gonna last less than a half hour?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I think they said about 30 minutes.
Well, we have our first budget meeting
Yeah.
at 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just
And it'll be okay. We should. It should be. Frontlines is gonna speak a little bit, I think. Is Ian gonna speak then, or you're not sure?
They are actually gonna be, majority of the guys are gonna be at a frontlines event.
Oh, okay.
Florida, I think,
Okay.
somewhere.
Yep,
So it'll be me and one other.
okay.
So we can't move down to Florida for the meeting.
We can do that. I'm happy with that.
Sounds good.
We'll do a roll call.
Hilmer,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Knibble,
Aye.
Owen,
Aye.
Kupka.
What passes? You. Discussion and approve claims. We have claims in the amount of 509, period, 76, $51,509.76. And I make a motion we approve that amount. It's been moved and seconded to approve the claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public comments again? Anything? Public comments?
Yeah, I wasn't here last week, but I listened to the comments, listened to it on the phone, wife's cell phone. There's quite a bit of talk about the middle school here and possibly turning it into a jail. Has there been any further development on that, or?
The school superintendent reached out to find out schedules to tour it. That's all. We haven't toured it either.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Okay.
I haven't.
You know, they're like, you know what, so you have, I think, I talked to, Wayne Panther on, he said nursing home is looking at the newer part on the south end. And then I know you as a county interested in just the big building,
I would think we'd be interested in the whole thing.
whole thing. Okay.
I mean, I think either, and when we build new or do whatever we do, we want to get as much jail space as possible to try to recoup some of this money that we've been paying out for the inmates all these years, and instead of paying out that kind of money, get it
You're gonna
coming.
invite him in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
usually with
And
handcuffs.
there's, is there any interest in, if you know of any, is there any interest in like the park to the east, or the football field, the old football?
Don't know.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So basically, before we do anything, we want to see it.
Yeah,
Put our eyes on it, and then have people who know what they're talking about.
Right.
I think because we have an immediate building that's still open for sale, conversation took place. I think that's why we kind of agreed, take a look at it. Since it is already there, already available, getting in there to see what it looks like inside and kind of go from there.
Reason I asked, yes. I know somebody that's interested in buying everything, including the football field, park where the tennis courts are, and all the block of schools at, and for the betterment of the community in some way. But he said, you could buy the whole thing and just find out who wants what or whatever, in the future, so. Okay, that's all I have.
What do you?
You're home.
Cameron's not here, so we gotta come up with something.
Should I come up with something else?
Yeah, yeah.
Anything on K Avenue? No?
I don't do Panda either. I don't need Chavanel either.
Okay.
And since they put in the new bridge and closed that road down, we have got a phenomenal amount of traffic. Comes out to our house and goes north. It's an avenue to it. A lot of traffic going that way. Not a better route, I think. I don't know.
So what are you asking? I suppose next week you're gonna ask for pavement.
No,
Oh,
I remember when it was a dirt road.
Oh, okay.
I remember when it was a dirt road, yeah. No pavement, that's okay.
Okay.
Then people just fly.
Yeah, that'd be more, yeah.
Anything on supervisor reports?
I did want to bring something up. As we're transitioning
to the new phone system, we're going back through and finding bills. In some cases, counties have been committed to paying on long-term contracts. And I just wanted to point out there's one that popped in my mind, and we better never see this kind of stuff again. Contract was, and this contract is done now, 2024. This is a non-cancelable, irrevocable agreement that cannot be canceled or terminated. We should never, ever sign a contract like that. That it commits us. We've got one that still has us going to September of this year. So there's going to be some negotiations necessary to get us out of some of the contracts run. So I'm working on that right now behind the scenes, but you'll find out more into the stone wall. But some of it's signed. The contract, I believe the contract's also supposed to be signed by the chair of the board of supervisors, all the contracts. So we need to make sure that we're tightening that up.
I've called Ben Schimmel. He was in a while back about the rural tax abatements. He thought we were all kind of up about it, you know. I'm not gonna say we're in favor or against, but it's something we definitely would like to look into more. And he said with all the turbine stuff and everything was going on, he just kind of let it go by, but he'd really like to maybe look into that again. I was looking for the paperwork that he brought in the time he was in, and I can't find it, but exactly what he was thinking for sure, but I know he would be in favor of coming in and talking to us again. Maybe we, you know, if we had any suggestions that something we were thinking about, we could maybe talk about beforehand, you know, just to let him know, and then that'd be less discussion we have to have that day, whatever. But I do remember we were pretty favorable. I mean, we looked on it a little favor. So I just wanted to get it on the agenda near future. I don't know if it has to be Monday. Monday's pretty busy, but maybe next Monday after that. I've been Schimmel put on there for the.
You'll let him know. You'll let him.
I'll let him know.
Okay.
But that would be the first Monday of next month already. Oh, February 2nd. My goodness.
Closer to spring.
Oh, it is.
Come on. Kurt and I, we met with Secretary of Roads Friday morning. We had a pretty good meeting down there. Everything went smooth. Met with Foreman and Ben. Shop and Pat, Foreman, Shop and Chris. Just went through stuff. Make clear, you know, make sure everybody's on the same page. Everything's clear. What else? The landfill. They were gonna take $300,000 out of our fund, transfer to them for their money, so. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
That's for the treasurer.
That's coming down. That's fine. I like I told Dave, I said, I thank them for letting us keep that money in there and using it. So. That's all I like it. Other than kind of plan on the other part of it, so that's the engineer and stuff like that, so that's how. This week, I'll be working on some other stuff. I'm gonna work with Taylor and Terry and Nick a little bit on this Bridge Creek thing, trying to figure out what we want to do there. Taylor had some pretty good ideas in that meeting, so I need to kind of circle back with him, talk to him a little bit more. See what plan, you know, kind of get a plan. We were gonna post some job openings for truck drivers, correct? Get this stuff kind of filled up so we have a full staff for any type of event, so. Oh, yeah.
Are we getting rid of bridge crew then, and putting truck drivers, or you're not sure yet?
That's the way we're leaving. Just the fact of the matter that we need the truck drivers and the bridge crew. I mean, every other county is obsolete. So.
I think one of Taylor's idea was how to categorize it,
How you categorize.
how you
it,
name it.
Is it a
where-
truck driver or is it, he used a different term.
A heavy
A heavy,
equipment
light.
or light equipment.
Okay,
There's a situation where if we had to do something like a wing
right.
wall or
Yep.
something, we would have people that could go
Yeah.
do that,
Their
or,
job
you know, that kind of stuff.
description.
Yeah, we're not like totally hiring everything out. I mean, all the simple stuff and stuff like that, we can still do it ourselves.
Exactly.
It's just a different class, you know, it's, they're truck driver / general labor, basically, or
Yep.
however you want to word it.
Okay,
Or, I
Yep.
don't know whether it's light or heavy or,
right.
just need to kind of talk with him a little bit more and clarify how that worked out.
So there's 2 posted and there'll be roughly 2 more. Does that sound right? Job openings then?
There should be 3 truck drivers,
I'll go.
a maintainer, which is Terry's old one.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then engineer.
and an engineer. My department's kind of all screwed up right now. Or our department.
No, it's yours, we're screwed up.
No, it's mine. Yeah, so, yeah,
Wait a minute, that's going in the right direction.
we're going the right direction.
The new phone system, hopefully, if all goes well, will be done by the end of this month. There's some major installations going on over in the courthouse and the sheriff's. Running into a couple of, I won't say brick walls, but getting the phone numbers that currently exist ported over through Arion. We've had some issues with, it's an electronic or a computerized system, and they don't or won't tell you which one's causing it to fail or to be rejected. So I've asked Jackie to just submit them all individually. That's how we're gonna find out. But it is a royal pain getting 2 phone companies to talk to each other and they'll process out. So that's going on. I'll leave it at that. I'll let you guys know next week.
Did you know of anything?
On the agenda, home base Iowa, we've been doing quite a bit on that,
Is that
and
all?
economic development helped us on that, John Hall did, so there's a lot of behind the scenes
Yeah.
things that
Oh,
come
yeah.
with some.
Oh, yeah, I know. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean,
No, I think it's great. The whole base is a great idea.
yeah, yeah.
So,
One other thing, I've reached out to John on this, he's with Dorsey Whitney, he's a bonding attorney, he's an expert at it. Okay, so that we do have a project that we want to build. The next question is where do we get funding? And so he's going to get back, he was out all week last week sick. He's supposed to be back to me this week, so but figure out what that looks like and get him here, I think, and see what our options are. We don't want to miss any windows too, because if there's already something operational on the wind turbines, we have to be able to get on ahead of that. Be able to use it. It'll be good to use that for some infrastructure. I think that's it.
I'll make a motion with your.
good. I'll second that. Any second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries for adjourned. 9:23. We'll be back here for budget at 10, right?